hit to the 1,000 mark, which would be nice.
Shout out to everyone who shares our podcast. That's very important. There's a lot of people I speak to, and they do make it clear to me that they do try and move it around as much as they can. So, yeah, we appreciate that, and thank you very much.
Absolutely. Oh, we got some tech errors, apparently.
We're having a few problems here.
You know what? You're a dickhead. Bloody dickhead. What's the tech errors this week, though? Oh, we're back on. We're now back on. Okay, so we are back. If you're watching us on YouTube and listening to us...
Technical issues.
Yeah, we're getting past them. But
That's it, mate.
That's who we are, mate.
That's who we are. That's who we are.
I am, dumbfounded by that result.
You're shocked, ain't you? I can see it in you.
Shocked and not shocked, because we are capable of doing that.
Spursy.
It is very Spursy. But do you know what's even more Spursy, guys?
Go on, mate.
3-0 up, 82 minutes in. I still think we could lose.
I didn't stop not watching the clock.
Yeah.
Honestly, the killer goal was the third goal.
No, even that for me, I thought, nah, it could happen.
Yeah,
it
mate.
could happen.
So good, so good. Like, no one could have predicted that. Look, you'd have naturally have felt Man City off the back of 4 defeats, Madge, in a row. That little break would have done them the world of good. They come back, they reset, they play Tottenham. Dr. Spurs will see you. They get the job done and probably put us away comfortably. And for us to go and do that to them was so good, mate. Still celebrating.
We own Manchester.
Unbelievable.
7 goals scored, none conceded in
It's just
the
so
Manchester area. What's that about?
Shout out to the stat man as well, because he was there and he likes to travel for Spurs. He does go home and away very, very often. So well done. I've seen a few of the videos and Spurs are having a great time there. And look, that's what it's all about. Look, we always say on this podcast, when you win football games, you have to dine out on it. You have to enjoy every moment. You have to savour the moment, because look at what we went through off the back of the Ipswich game. We spoke about what it does to you mentally. And it does get you, doesn't it? It puts you in a bad place. But this week, I'm having a great time, mate. Every single day of the week.
Justin said it's the best I've seen our team play under Ange. Not one of our players rated under 8 for me. Dr. Tottenham will be struggling to have an appointment this week. That's from Page Dog.
Business this week.
Ryan said even at 4-0 I couldn't rest. Absolutely. And that was it. It was strange to think we did all of that. It was great. And I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, you messaged me in the game. You was restless.
Very restless.
Very, very restless. And look, mate, you wouldn't have been alone in that. I was very intoxicated at that point, so I was just jumping around everywhere. But, yeah, it was really, really good match. And look, we talked about the team, didn't we? That's a starting lineup. You could probably start there.
Let's go with that, because last Monday we talked about Brennan Johnson dropping to the bench, Kulu going out wide, Maddison coming into the middle. Now, I think what we saw on Saturday, that's our strongest midfield. A midfield that consists of Sarr and Basuma for your legs and the work rate, and Maddison in that as well, and you can accommodate Kulu. That, for me, that's our best midfield. Yeah,
definitely. Look, people will argue that and say, well, yeah, but you're losing what Kulusevski's brought to the team this year, i.e. him being a more central role. But I reckon his game's going to new levels that he can play out there and still be as effective. Like, the guy backs himself so much. Like, if you listen to him, the way he's speaking about himself... Mate. He's a top player. And this was a guy as well, Madge, that people were questioning. Is he that like, that's him? Like, get rid of him. Not good enough that long ago. But our football can turn around very quickly. He's been fantastic. And I just thought it was a game, because I predicted that lineup. I wanted to see that lineup last week, if you listen to the podcast. And I just thought it was a game where you needed to get your A-star players in there, your marquee boys, people capable of doing something out of the ordinary of a football. And we saw that for all of the goals, mate.
Well,
top tier stuff.
It started off poorly, didn't it, with Basuma getting booked after 20 seconds, and you're thinking, this is the man that's supposed to be clattering people in the middle. He's got a yellow card.
Big problem. Yeah, big problem. Look,
he got his head switched straight back on though.
Yeah, he played really, really well, and we're going to need him big time, especially with Bentancur being out for the domestic games. He's going to be a really, really important player. It's important that he takes it by the scruff of the neck and puts in some real consistent performances, Madge. I thought he'd done well. I think the start of that game, we was really, really up against it. Erling Haaland's got different shooting boots on that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? We could easily have been talking about being 2 or 3 down. Vicario, we're talking about him negatively. A previous podcast, have to give him his praise.
It's always been the situation with Vicario, though. It's the set pieces are the problem. Even in that game, there's a couple he collected very easily, no one around him. But that's still an issue. That set piece thing.
Yeah, shot stopping exceptional.
Shot stopping is absolutely superb.
So good.
So if he can eradicate it out of his game, wow. quarter final of Carabao Cup, going well in Europe and 3 points off a third. Man says Ange out. Big as Emilio. This is the thing now. Week to week, it changes so quickly, doesn't it? Because the glass half full, glass half empty discussion. After beating Man City convincingly like that, already have beaten Manchester United 3-0 away. This sets us up so nicely for that Carabao Cup quarter final. You beat Man United, all of a sudden you're in the semi-final of a cup competition, knowing that you can beat Man City away from home 4-0. It's just, I've mentioned it before, and this is why I was very much supporting Ange, because everything that he's been doing, it's been so close. Like, we've got the number one goals scored. We've got the most pressing in Europe. We've got the most turnovers. We've got the most this, we've got the most that. Saturday, it all just clicked. Now, is it personnel? Is it occasion? Is it the way Manchester City played that allowed us to have space to get behind? A factor of all of those, I think.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel that being able to get at Manchester City, every time we broke, we had four players breaking against them.
Counter football was unbelievable.
It was really
Second
good.
half football was unreal. We've said it numerous times in this podcast. That's Conte ball.
Yeah.
Counter football. Spurs looked blistering on the counter yesterday. Looked like anything like if we could make things happen. We missed other opportunities, much in that game. Kulusevski, the one who comes back in the second half, and other bits and pieces. You need a bit of luck in football. You do need a bit of luck. You need to, and like I think that, as I said, I touched on it with Erling Haaland there yesterday. The goalkeeper's pulled us some top draw saves for her. You need your goalkeeper in the big games like that. Turned up, shot stopping, exceptional on Saturday. But Erling Haaland could have tucked away a few himself, mate. But I thought the boys again, that we have the two centre halves for us.
Yeah.
Really performed the match. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm questioning Dragusin. I've written him off. You're looking at Ben Davies' shift. Is he capable of doing it and putting in another shift? You have to give him a lot of praise, Ben Davies. You know what I mean? A lot of praise.
A lot of praise. We can confirm that this is breaking news. We can confirm that Vicario has today undergone surgery for a fracture on his right ankle. He will be assessed by our medical staff to determine when he can return to training. That's a big blow.
That's a huge blow. Is that just released now?
Wow.
So we must have done that at the weekend. That's unbelievable, that. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what? In a way, it is. But you know, Tottenham, they needed a goalie anyway. Now you got to go and get one. And you got to go and get a good one. Because he's going to have to be a number one. Like, there ain't no backup now. We're going to have someone who's going to have to come in. Because I don't think Fraser Forster, if Spurs are looking to play the way that they are, from out the back, is capable of doing that at a high level for you.
No.
Do you?
No.
I really don't.
I'd even go Austin in front of him.
Yeah, is he? I've never seen him. I've seen Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I've never seen this Austin.
That's the bottom line.
Stone Cold said so.
I went to Tottenham, had one beer. Yeah. No, we can't play Forster in the Premier League. Absolutely agree. Well,
nah, not for me.
That's
mate.
breaking news in the podcast.
That is, yeah.
Oh, dearie me. But you're talking about Dragusin.
Good, really good.
Listen, it's funny because my son Leo, I mentioned before, plays for Wormley. His teammate Teddy, was the mascot.
Up there?
Yeah.
What a game to pick, mate.
I know.
You know what I mean? You'd have gone, really? You're going all the way up there with your family? You do it.
I see him come out, had the slick back hair. Sonny's got his jacket around him because he was cold. And I tell you what a game for the young man to be at.
Brilliant.
But what's funny is his dad, big shout out to Lee, listens to our podcast.
Shout out Lee.
And he had a picture of Benny Davies and he goes, Ben's invited Teddy to his nana's, right?
So good.
So when I saw Ben in the weekend, I thought, you know what? Nana. I thought about Nana. I thought Benny. Benny rings his Nana. Nana, it's Benny. Hello, Ben, how are you? Just play Manchester City. I know them. Pep Guardiola's team, the best in the world. Yeah. I just let Haaland down my pocket. He's been in there all game. All game he's in my pocket. Oh, you let him go, have you? Trust me, he went home for a bourbon biscuit,
He had
pink
the lot.
wafer, cherry aid,
Oh, he had the lot, mate.
French fancy,
What's
and not just that, skips.
Oh,
He had the lot.
high
I'm
level.
telling you, he had the lot of nanas because Ben Davies, wow.
Fair play to him.
Wow.
Fair play to him. And the other centre half alongside.
And it's begging the question now: is Ben Davies a bigger Spurs legend than Harry Kane?
No, well, it's funny you say that. Actually, I'm glad you've brought up that boy because we haven't done a Bundesliga update for some time, have we?
But we're
probably not going to do it. Also, the goal that he scored was unbelievable. Anyway, all taking this into account, I went and got you a little gift, Madge.
What you got me?
I got you a nice little gift.
What's he got me?
We get at me Tesco. You know the bag for life, Tesco.
Bag for life.
You keep your bag for life all day long. But look at this stuff. Pulled you out. Look,
Justin, he loves his nana.
Nice little gift here for you, Madge. This here, look at that. Look, I'm going to present that to you there. There's a signed Harry Kane photo because I know you're such a big fan of the man. Look, there it is. There we go. Signed Harry Kane photo. You happy with that?
Who signed it? Your dad?
Look at that. That's top drawer stuff. That man's cost me a fortune.
Hey, Harry Kane here. Obviously, yeah. I left the club to win things. Haven't won anything. Thanks. Bye. Cheers, Harry.
Where's that guy on the wall? Don't throw it on the floor.
Madge will love it, Justin said.
Brilliant stuff, man.
I wanted to do TalkSport. I did, Amelia, I wanted to do the Nana on TalkSport the other day. I did fancy doing that.
But look, mate.
But Ben Davies, right? Listen, we've been
good.
critical of him over the years. Do you know what we've been critical of? Because he ain't the answer for left back, and he never has been. He plays at centre half for Wales. I've said this all along. At centre half, he ain't a bad player at all. When it's about defending, he's all right.
Yeah. You know what? It's difficult because he's done well, and a lot of people think he's reliable and stuff like that. I can't go too overboard with it, Madge. I really can't because we know that Tottenham have got to get better and replace him. But you have to give them praise when they perform like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to
go. It's as simple as that.
I'm not going to go overboard, but at the end of the day,
saying, he's top drawer, he's going to be brilliant. Because I saw what he was done with him and Dragusin, what they've done against when they've come up against Osimhen at Roma.
Osimhen?
I mean, they
got a touch right.
So yeah, saw them to shreds them too. So look, well done. Go again.
Yeah,
that's what you've got to demand from the players. Like, go again. Demand some more from them. You know, I mean, you've got to go again.
But it was good.
Yeah, brilliant. You have to give them the praise.
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean? Keep doing it because we're fans of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So we want them two to do well. I mean, we don't want to be sitting here saying how bad they are. So, yeah, well done. And there's on to the next one. Because they're going to have to play again on Thursday, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're going to be asked to play again.
Big up our mate Chris Cowlins put in there about the breaking news that we just spoke about.
Yeah, we just...
Vicario's undergone surgery today, out for a while. Chris...
I'll tell you what, Chris Cowlin was in goal. He pulled off a top-class save from me.
He did.
Chris, you put in your hand up for the role.
Page said, let's be honest, Davies is a squad player. He will always be inconsistent, but he won't be exceptionally good. Makes sense. Page this is what we're talking about. That is exactly what he is. But for me, he's come in and he's been consistently reliable for us this season. And you know what? For someone that I've been... Simon's here. Evening, Simon.
Simon's back. Ange out. Let's show him the cup. See who we are.
Just for you, Simon.
I literally bought that cup for Simon.
That's who we are, mate.
It's just who we are, mate.
That's who we are.
Funny. What a funny sport football is, eh? An absolute... Because there's people last week who were saying...
They're still doing it.
Yeah, who were saying that they want him out, and then this week, I tell you what, how good are Spurs?
No, I don't...
We're going to get in the Champions League.
No,
I tell you what, we can even whistle in the title race.
I think the Ange out crew are doubling down.
Title charge, you know the geezer in Manchester.
No,
that's what I'm hearing people say. I love it because it's so much. Football is the most fickle sport. We're all fickle. Every single one of us has got a little bit of fickleness in them. Me, now and then, everyone has got a lot of fickleness in them. I love it, mate. It's all part of it. Makes up for the drama, doesn't it? The soap drama that is football.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the Ange out crew are going to double down, like Simon. Simon's already said Ange out. I think he's doubling down on it. But for me, you have to look at all the stats. So I like Simon's putting it was great to get a win after losing to Ipswich and Galatasaray. See how he does that.
Oh, mate, more match. You mentioned some stats, the key stats off the back of that win. Yeah, I'm sure you'll go through the goals in a minute, but some key stats off the back of it. Kulusevski created more chances in the Premier League with 33, one more than Cole Palmer. Yeah,
and everyone says Cole Palmer's the best player in the league right now.
Pedro Porro, a man that we're criticising last week for his defensive side of the things.
Which
no doubt in his capabilities going forward. He's got the most goals and assists as a combination since making his debut in the league, 2 more than Trent Alexander. Yeah, only 2 players
who's linked with Real Madrid.
Yeah, only 2 players have been directly involved in 10+ Premier League goals with Pep's Man City. Mo Salah, who's the other one? Heung-min Son, yeah?
Sonny.
Got the most Premier League wins v Man City since Pep Guardiola took over in 2016. Man United got 5, Chelsea 5, Spurs 7. First time Pep at City has lost a Premier League game at home by 4+ goals, and we end their 52 unbeaten run at home. How the narrative can change, mate, in football.
So,
unreal.
it wasn't just a great win, as Simon said. That's a legendary win. That's
unreal.
Beyond.
It won't be repeated. When are you going to go up to Man City or the champions, like the champions, and win 4-0 away? When's it going to happen again? When will that happen again? I would argue that it won't. I don't think that'll happen again, Madge.
Well, you'll never see it again.
I don't think you will ever see that again, what happened on Saturday. Tottenham Hotspur going to the Champions-elect and winning 4-0.
Ben's absolutely...
Enjoy it.
Ben's absolutely right. We were blinding on Saturday, but it will mean nothing if we don't turn over Fulham. Now, Ben, this
100.
is exactly it.
We're back there again.
This is what the problem is.
I'm sorry, man. A podcast name that we had was a couple of weeks ago. Our 7 days a week in football can change. Yep. We're back there.
I know.
Same name?
Is it Pilch? I think says Vicario's out 8 weeks. Have we been given that number 8 weeks? Was that a long time?
Again, a player that everyone's saying we need better than. Pulled off, had a good performance at Man City. Now he's a world beater. That's football. It's funny, but there's no doubt that we got a big problem there, and he's going to have to come in. Fraser Forster. I tell you one thing, he might be a little bit more dominant from a set play because he's a big lad. He's a big lad. So we're gonna. It's that what one thing that the manager's showing him at the minute is he's showing a little bit more adaptability. Madge, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I think he's showing that, the manager, at the minute. I think he's showing signs that he's ready to adapt, and there's been tweaks. There's no doubt about that. You look at the player ratings from the weekend there, Madge. Look, I love it. I'm full of praise today. You know what I mean? We've got to be positive here. Vicario, 8. Porro, 8. The Dragusin, 7. Ben Davis, 8. Adogi, I got told off for calling him Adogi last week. Adogi, 7. Sarr, 7. Basuma, 7. James Maddison, 9. Kulusevski, 9. Son 8, Solanke 7. Sky Sports marks there. So good, mate. And can we get into talking about the goals, mate? Because they were just high class.
Yeah, they really were. Before we just do on that quickly, Statman was talking to me about we could sign a free agent who's a goalie.
Oh, really?
And who's available? Navas. Who did Navas play for? PSG years ago as well.
Look at that there. That's why we call you the Statman. Because that's high class information.
Carrick's still around. No, thank you. Yeah.
Who? Carrick. Nah. Bloody hell, what are you trying to do to me?
Hugo Lloris back. No. But it could be a little loan deal. Yeah, like you said, the goals. Let's just start with, it starts with Dragusin, ball over to Kulu, who was so effective out wide on Saturday. It was brilliant.
Capable, wasn't it?
And the way he just cut in, strength, power, composure, fantastic, great. Ball over. And Maddison's run from deep was just superb. What a goal.
Well, look, James Maddison there, let's talk about him because it's a player that we said, we done a little bit on a couple of weeks ago, that we was questioning his application when he come onto the football pitch against Ipswich, saying, did he fancy it enough? Did he do enough? Managers put him back into the team there yesterday. And we started off that little bit talking about how much of a fan I am of James Maddison. You're a massive fan. When he's at it, unbelievable footballer. Bang at it on Saturday, mate. Bang at it in the right form. And yeah, as you said, the run was fantastic. The ball, the flight of the ball, the weight of the cross. Starts off for Dragusin, as you said. Nice little ball out wide. And it's a great finish from James Maddison. You're reeling away and you're 1-0 up at Man City after 13 minutes. Brilliant.
Justin said clubs are going to come for Kulu. Well, they should do because he's good. And I want clubs coming in for all of our players, but I just want them to stay. Like, that's the thing. That's the difference.
Football could change very quickly. As we said, we've already touched on Kulusevski. People were saying he weren't no good a little while ago. No. Now we're saying he can go Real Madrid. So, you know what I mean? Let's just keep doing it. That's what I'll keep saying.
Second goal, again, starts out wide. Heung-min Son comes in, plays a great bit of football. And then the 1-2 that he plays is just... The football
for the second goal is out of the highest straw. It's exceptional. Like James Maddison, little error from Man City, lax from them at the back there, wasn't it? Picks it up, James Maddison, nice little fizz into Heung-min Son, and then the overlap, he fancies it, doesn't he? Just gets round Son, lovely little weighted pass. But Mad, you know what the key thing in it all is the first touch from James Maddison. He's running out with speed. It just sets him up, and he's got literally seconds, not even that, to think, what can I do? Yeah. Sees the goalie approach, little dink with the left foot, all done like that, man. Yeah. And that is top level stuff. Just so good. And we always say, when James Maddison's at it, what other player is capable and has that ability in this team, probably bar Kulusevski at the minute. Everything was just so good about it, mate. So good. 2-0, 20 minutes gone, 2-0 up at Man City.
Simon's still not having it. Yeah, it was a great win in all seriousness, but the win had nothing to do with Ange. City, a rare team, dominate possession for more than us. We have no choice to play anti-Ange ball counter-attack. Now, there's parts of that I agree with because it's like where Manchester City don't really allow you to play, then you're not going to be able to have your high line and that you are going to be rooted further back. But at the end of the day, you've got to then go and punish them.
I think you're overthinking it. I think he's overthinking that. There's
something in that. There is
fair enough,
in that.
But you've gone and beat Man City 4-0. Just enjoy the moment. Do you know what it is? Like some people, right, and I'm critical of doing it myself, and I'll admit it. You know when you stick your neck out on a footballer like Dragoussi,
you want to double down on it.
You keep doing it. Even if he has a great game, you'll be like, nah, he didn't play well today. There are certain players that all of us Spurs fans will pick on early, choose, isolate, and go, nah, he's not good enough. And you'll tend to keep running with it. I think that's probably where Spurs fans are going to be with Ange Postecoglou as well.
Yeah.
Even if you're performing Madge, you are 4 points off second place Man City in the league. But if you're looking at things with a half-empty cup, you're also just 4 points off 13th place Bournemouth. Yeah. But I like to be a bit positive.
But Bournemouth are considered
got to be positive.
Aren't they?
Yeah, you've got to be positive, Madge.
Yeah.
You've got to be.
Listen, I think lots of factors come into it, but I'm not having the one that, it's a Man City team that have lost 4 in a row. They didn't have Rodri. They didn't have Kovacic. Simple as this. We didn't have Van der Ven or our World Cup winning Romero. You know, we didn't have Bentancur. Lots of players that we didn't have available, you know. So I think for me, it will be...
We had to take that one with the kids as well, didn't we? I'd had the kids out in the car.
Oh, yeah.
We had all that thrown at us.
Even though our squad was younger.
You know what I mean?
Asked a couple of questions on Insta. Do you think Sonny will sign a contract extension after being subbed again? Yeah, I think he will. I think Sonny's the captain of the club. Being subbed, I think the gaffer's using the minutes well at the moment. I think with Son, you know...
He's going to have to be prepared to come off in games now, Madge. Like, you know what I mean? He's not a spring chicken anymore. I mean, what is he, 32? Approaching 32 years of age. You know what I mean? The manager's going to have to protect you a lot more. You're going to have to come off in games, and there'll be other people. And that's good. That's game management from the manager. That's something that we want to see. That's something that people are saying he don't do enough of. So, again, I'm all for that.
I think as well...
You got to protect the man.
Well, you look at the subs that he brought on were involved in the fourth goal. Let's go back to the third goal, though. Again, we're talking about the brilliance of Kulusevski. What he done in that middle of that park? Was it a nutmeg, little shimmy, then on the run, and then
don't underestimate around the corner from Son as well in that move.
Yeah,
that's key. So you're looking at Son. He's involved with 2 goals yesterday on Saturday. You know what I mean? Very important. That move from Kulusevski. Do you know what, Madge? I thought he overcooked the pass to Solanke. I thought it's a hard knock that he's played there.
Oh, yeah, because you're thinking he's going for Solanke to score.
Yeah, how far? But you know what? It ended up working out well for us.
It did.
The overhit pass. It really did. Like, do you know what I mean? And Solanke get onto it. Easy. He does well even in that move as well. But one of the goals, Solanke was the third or the fourth. I thought he was really good as well against Solanke leading the line from the front. Everywhere, mate. He puts you under so much pressure so quickly. He just don't stop running, the lad. But yeah, pulls it back for Pedro Porro. What a finish.
Oh, what about this though? I played one training game for City. I won't celebrate. Porro overcooked it.
Yeah.
Is that? I
watched the thing with Roy Keane talking about people that don't celebrate goals.
Baby.
What are you in the game for?
You big baby.
What are you in the game for if you can't celebrate football goals?
Speaking of Roy, did you see him in his Tottenham jumper?
I saw him in his Tottenham jumper. Speaking of Roy, did you see him offering out the Ipswich Town fan at the weekend?
Yeah, my mate was next to him.
Really?
For Sky, yeah, I see him in the video. Big up Femi.
Unbelievable.
And, I see you in the car park afterwards. Come on, I'll meet you there afterwards in the car park. Come on, you big baby.
Great goal, key goal, great time in the game.
Yeah, it was just everything we needed. That changed the game.
Yeah.
Because if they scored at that moment, 2-1 down, you're thinking, I remember when Emerson Royale scored here and we lost 4-2.
Emerson.
Mate, have you seen how bad he's doing for AC?
Are you shocked?
No.
Are you shocked?
Will, have you seen it? Oh, honestly, AC Milan hate him. They're like, who is this guy?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. He has got to have the best agent in football.
Oh, yeah.
You have nicked yourself a move to Barcelona, Tottenham Hotspur, And now you're playing for AC Milan.
His CV looks unreal.
Nou Camp, San Siro, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's where you're plying your trade. Unbelievable work from the agent.
This is like, remember that guy who said he was George Weah's cousin and Graham Souness signed him and put him on. And he wasn't even a professional footballer.
Oh, mate.
There's
a story about Harry Redknapp as well when he's cut the players that they got at West Ham in his early days and that. Just classic stuff, mate. Brilliant stuff. And then, yeah, mate, we talked about the boy who come on, didn't we? Brennan Johnson, impact player. We said he could come off the bench, didn't we, Madge? Come on with the impact. And another player that we spoke about as being, would you like him at Spurs? Jack Grealish.
Jackie gave the ball away.
Gives the ball away in the move. And I'll tell you one thing, Timo Werner. I have criticised you on many occasions on this show. You as well. Every single Spurs fan in the world. Yeah? Multiple times. But boy, did you leave Carl Walker in his tracks there, mate.
Yeah.
Put the burners on. See you later, Carl Walker. See you later, Carl Walker. Lovely weighted pass. And at the back post was Brennan Johnson to seal the deal. Euphoria up at the Etihad, mate.
Scored in the week for Wales as well, didn't he?
Brilliant, Brennan.
I mean,
he sit down and go, there's my numbers. That's what he do. He sit down to his agent and go, here's my numbers. My return.
Juju says Spurs lose the next match, correct? Trying to sort out upcoming bets. No, mate, you just don't bet on Spurs. Don't ever bet on Spurs.
Don't ever bet on Spurs, mate. You don't have them in the footy accumulator.
200-1 that result was at the weekend.
Unbelievable,
Sarah,
mate.
you know Sarah from Talksport?
Yeah, of course.
Put £1 on it.
How much did you get back? What was it? What was the odds again? Sorry, I didn't hear the odds. Sorry.
Welcome to Arithmetics and Maths with Arithmetic Gazza.
English class coming up later.
200-1.
200-1. So, yeah, obviously got 200 quid. How clever am I, son? How clever am I? I tell you, proud of me.
Oh, I am.
You're proud of me. Anyway, look, a few post-match quotes, reaction there, Madge. Don't mind. Maddison, a birthday to remember is something for the pod in his Instagram.
I'm gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready.
Kulusevski talked about how bullish he is at the moment. This is how we have to play every game. If we don't, we're just stupid. It's so good.
If we don't, stupid.
It's just so good. Heung-min Son, yes, boys, proper performance and a top birthday present for James Maddison. The manager, if I'm not getting the best from players, that's on me. Love that. Love people taking ownership. We're better than last year, and there will always be noise when things are not going well. So, yeah. Onwards and upwards, Madge. Onwards and upwards. And a fantastic day on Saturday night, and I enjoyed it. And it was with my old man, Jay Brown. Shout out to Jay Brown.
Yeah,
in Enfield Town. I loved every minute of it, mate. And that's what it's about, mate. You got to enjoy it when you win games like that.
Is that Bam Murphy? Or Liam Murphy, not Bam Murphy. Gazza, your dad reckons he was far better than Werner.
No, I can't. I'm very biased, but I'm not going to answer that question. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who live in the Enfield area that'll probably agree. But I've got time for the old man backing himself. We've got time for that, and he's backed himself.
The adjusted Ange ball against City worked. Hopefully this shows Ange they can mix things up a bit. I think, Quinny, if he doesn't look at that and think, you know what, there are several ways to skin a cat, as they say, then he'd be very, very naive. And you know what? I was on Roy Jennings' show, and I pulled him. Called him Ange, not Postecoglou. This geezer's beat Pep Guardiola twice in one season. Now, whether or not you think that the Scottish League's Mickey Mouse and Japan League and Australia, Pep Guardiola is the best manager of all time, no? That's what we all say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can we just have a bit of respect? If this was boxing, and you beat an opponent twice as a boxer, you'd be like, yeah, you had him twice.
Definitely. Mate, we went up there and spoiled the party.
Yeah.
Just signed a 2-year contract extension.
Rodri there, wheeled him out.
Do you know what I mean? These are the things that we would say happens to other teams. You know what I mean? But for us to go and spoil a party there, very unlike Spurs, isn't it? Or Spursy.
No, we normally give them a party.
Yeah.
Are you having a party? Oh, you should have said, do you want 6 or 7?
Speaking of boxing, mate, I know you mentioned there, just to come off on a tangent, just under a month away from the big one.
Is it a month now?
Just under a month, Madge. 3 weeks this Saturday. 3 weeks this Saturday coming. Tyson Fury Usyk. You got the ring walk ready?
I know what it is. He messaged me. He messaged me on Tuesday. New number, of course, as he does. He's like, Madge, it's Tyson. And I'm like, just definitely you, mate. Send me a voice note. So I sent me a voice like, hello, Madge, it's me. I was like, all right, mate. Yeah, so he's got some fun lined up.
Is it going to be the most epic ring walk ever of all time?
I don't know about epic.
You've done some really good ones,
I don't know
Madge.
about epic. It's going to make you laugh, though.
Do me.
If Romero's back against Fulham, who plays alongside him? I'd go Davies as naturally left-sided.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that the manager would be looking at that. Be interested how they use Romero, because they brought him back a bit early from that injury. Goes away with Argentina, sort of pulls up with it again. So the manager just might go again with them two. Look, it all depends how we do on Thursday against Roma, I suppose. We need to pick up a win there at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it's very unlike what we did last week or a couple of weeks ago. It's paramount that off the back of a good win, follow it up.
Well, we got Roma first, haven't we?
Yeah, follow it up. Yeah.
So
Fulham again. You're looking at them before their result of the weekend.
Oh wow!
You're saying how good they are and what a moment they're in. The Arsenal boys turning it on. Smith Rowe and co doing a bit for them. Hammered at the weekend.
What about
hammered? And that's football, and it seems like the Premier League match. I can't remember a more crazy season.
It is pretty crazy.
You're looking at that. You're looking at Manchester United at the weekend. You think, they get the bounce straight away from the manager. 1-1 at Ipswich, and you've always said this. And we spoke about the points, what the gap is between the top of the table and halfway down the bottom, the bottom half of the table. Hardly anything. Ben
mentions Pepe Sarr. Definitely was the underrated player on Saturday. He linked play and mopped up.
Kicked on for sure.
He really did. He looked like the Sarr that we saw at the start of last season when we went, this player's serious. As I've already said, I don't know about you guys in the chat. Let me know what you think. Guys, I think when we play, we have to include Basuma, Sarr and Maddison and let Kulu be out wide.
Yeah, look,
and I think that's changeable. And if it's not working, you've got the ability to change it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the manager's showing that he's doing that now. Something that people criticise the manager for being. Sometimes everyone criticises the manager for being a little bit stubborn at times, but I do think that he's shown that he's willing to change and adapt. He's going to have to, mate. But I think that Spurs, we said it last week, if you turn up to games, and they're going to have to turn up on Thursday, especially at home against Fulham, that is a typical game there.
Roma Thursday.
Sorry? Yeah, Roma, sorry. Fulham on the weekend, turn up.
Is Fulham next Monday?
No, Fulham's Sunday, 1:30 p.m.
Is it a Sunday one?
Yeah, 1:30 p.m. Not on telly as well. If you turn up there, Spurs have got better players than them, more ability in the team. So if you apply yourself from minute one and you do all the right things, all the fundamentals, I expect Spurs to get a positive outcome in that game. And we need to build on that from the weekend. We need to build on it. Do you know what I mean? You can't have another setback. I think that you're going to have to demand a lot from themselves in players, and I think the manager will too now as well.
Yeah, he will indeed. But again, let's look at the positives of everything as we just talked about.
Definitely.
We're going into that. How many more games have we got left of the Europa League? There's a few, isn't there?
We got a few games. I tell you, we got a nice little Christmas cracker coming up in December, haven't we, against Rangers? That'd be hostile there in Glasgow.
Fiery.
In Glasgow, that will be fiery. And whatever you say about the Rangers, because they're not even the top two now in that league, have they? Aberdeen have gone above them in that league, so they're struggling there. But it will still be a difficult game, and it'll be a tough task because it will be everything. It'll be hostile, and it'll be the atmosphere. You got to be at it, mate.
We are currently 7th in the Europa League standings.
Do you know what I liked as well at the weekend as well, Madge, when Bergvall introduced, Jed Spence introduced.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? All part of that fourth goal as well in the reel away. Big for him. Moments like that are big for their development. And do you know what I mean? I was glad that they could save you that one.
Tom says, on Ange, I'm a fan. He admits he has core philosophies that he won't budge, but he also acknowledges that when those philosophies are cemented in a group, methods can then be tweaked, starting to see it. Well, I'm hoping we're starting to see it. The only thing I'd say, Tom, is, and I do agree with Simon on this, the way that Manchester City play dictates how we play. And it actually works in our favour. I have no idea why Pep Guardiola did not start Kevin De Bruyne. He always puts him on the bench for us, and I don't know why.
Again, an Asian player, though, Madge.
Yeah, but as soon as he's
comes
on,
the problem... He's part of the Eagles club.
As soon as he comes on,
he done a couple of nice little touches, didn't he, with when one that Haaland shot that it come off the bar. I think the manager's showing signs of adapting. I think you're seeing tweaks from him. Let's see how we do moving forward.
Yeah, but like you said, showing signs.
I think so. Do you?
I think so. But
I do. Like, only time will tell. He's going to have to make some key calls at times. He made one at the weekend.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson, as you already said, out away on international duty, scores. James Maddison, big game. Who are you going to turn to? Made a big call there, works for him.
For those that don't know, I do a Talk Sports show on a Sunday night with Alan Pardew, former West Ham, Newcastle, Crystal Palace manager, and he gave me some good insight yesterday.
Go on.
Because he said about Ange and the group that he'd been working with this week because of international duties. And James Maddison was not away with England, was he?
No, he was on the golf course.
He would have been training with Spurs, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been, yeah.
Yeah, so Pards reckons that when you have like a smaller group, because everyone's away on international duty, you kind of get to know those lads a little bit better. You have a bit more banter. You become a bit closer. He goes, I think this week has cemented his relationship with Ange again. Whether it seems a bit fractured because he's getting frustrated, whatever else, he played like a man possessed on Saturday.
Yeah, and do you know, I think that's great insight. And do you know what I reckon as well, a little bit with that? Do you know Brennan Johnson? I reckon that's an easy player to leave out because I don't think you'll get too much of a negative reaction from him.
Yeah.
Do you know how there's some players in the squad that you could leave out and it create a little bit of unrest? Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Me? No problem.
I do. I really do think that. So there was probably a little bit of that involved as well at the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's been with Madders all week, so he can see what he's been doing, and then that creates a trust thing again. It's a trust exercise with manager and player. He trusted Madders not only to do the job that we know Madders can do, and we saw, but what I was really impressed with James Maddison was the interceptions in the middle of the park. He made an interception like Bobby Moore at one point. You know, when he went down on his knee.
At it though.
Yeah,
fancied it, mate. And that's it. You know what I mean? Total opposite to when he come on against Ipswich. Fancied it on Saturday.
It's amazing how you see the best of Maddison where he has no fullbacks in his space and he's not picking up the final ball on the halfway line. So
Key as well, sorry to come in there, Madge, he's being used this year in 2 number 10s. I think that's also important.
Yeah, I think Simon's...
He's played more of his football there alongside Kulusevski in a different shape. That one there was what we saw last year. Kulusevski out right. Maddison, that is his role. 10. All of that space you occupy, you go and cause some damage in that area. Son left, a striker up the top. We haven't been playing that way. He's been playing with 2 number 10s. So Kulusevski's been picking up the ball in similar areas that he would like to receive the ball in. I do think that's important, Match. But you're asking the manager to try and get the best out of players and try and pick personnel in a team that's going to produce the best outcome for Spurs. I think we saw that at the weekend.
Yeah, I think Sai actually has some really good points here about the space and occupying each other's space because, you know, we've seen the best out of Maddison when he has no fullbacks in his space and he's not picking up the ball on the halfway line. Now, this is, again, due to the fact Manchester City are going to play against us, so we're not sitting with that high line. There's more space to get in behind, and every single time we broke, we thought we can get behind these, we can get in behind these. You even saw Madders at one point, he was looking for that one ball and nobody went. He's like, we can get in behind, come on. So
a team so used to winning as well, Man City, trying to chase from being 3-0 down, mate. You know what I mean? Ain't a place that they've ever really been. Well, they haven't. And you know what I mean? And we could have put them away even more in that game. And how great was it to see? I could not believe it, mate.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can. Do you know what I mean? And like, we look. Let's get real on here. Like, whether it be sad or not, like we need City to be playing well.
Because Liverpool got this.
No, look, I know that, but we need City to be doing a little bit because look, we're not in the title race.
Liverpool,
our massive North London rivals are.
I tell you,
I'm going to be realistic.
I tell you,
hold on, you will get Spurs fans going. We're in a title race. Yeah. I'm telling you. What I'm saying is like. What I'm saying is, do you agree with that or not?
Well, I'm going to say this might be controversial, but I think Chelsea have more chance of winning the league this year than Arsenal.
You know what? I've got loads of time for the comment because it just shows that how much you dislike Arsenal.
It's not about disliking Arsenal. I'm a betting man and I go on form, yeah? Arsenal this year have had more blips already than they have in their previous 2 title charges, right? Odegaard makes a massive difference in that team. They were completely different on Saturday. He's an unbelievable player. But I think now, with Liverpool doing what they're doing, Chelsea doing what they're doing, I think that with Arsenal, I just think they have bottled it too many times now. I'll use the word bottled because we get thrown the word bottled.
Yeah.
That when people look at their title charge, they don't take them seriously. Whereas, Man City now are how many ever points off, and you still look at it and go, they can win that. I'd like to remind you, 2020, we were second, Liverpool were first, if you remember rightly. I think we lost to Liverpool at Anfield, didn't we? Christmas time, it was on Amazon Prime. I think we were here. We watched it around here, didn't we? Yeah, Bergwijn missed a load of chances. And Man City still went on to win the league that year, right? They know how to go win after win after win after win. I see a different Arsenal at the moment. Obviously, with Odegaard coming back was a lot better. But they don't, even the way they went to the Etihad. And remember, they went to the Etihad and got a draw and got gassed. Yeah, so let's celebrate the fact that we battered Man City 4-0.
100%.
Yeah, so they're, oh my God, yeah, we're going to draw against Man City. Yeah, it's so great. And we're like, mate, you played the dark arts and were rubbish for like the whole game. Doesn't matter, yeah? It's the Etihad. It's not the Etihad, guys, it's the Dekihad.
It is so. The
right?
Dekihad, I've got loads of time
it's the
for
Dekihad.
that. When did you make that up? Just now?
No. Everyone's been saying the Dekihad all day. The Dekihad. It belongs to Deki, right? But, exactly that, Simon. Arsenal's pot cycle is over.
Regardless of that, though, what I'm saying is...
Oh my God, we're going to point at Etihad.
No, but what I'm saying is it's good for Spurs fans. Spurs fans need Man City winning games. They do. And you know what? They will start winning games. No, look, Emilio, if anyone thinks this blip...
but Emilio says it's because they've been without Odegaard, the Goons will be up there. Absolutely, I agree with that. But they've had their blips. They look mentally frail. They've already started blaming refs for everything. They're gone, mate. They've had their heads gone.
And that, you know what? That's gone. Music to my ears, that is, mate.
Liverpool right now, massive test coming up. Real Madrid and then Man City. Huge test. If they get through that test, you're going to be looking at going, this geezer's unreal.
It is, but it's Liverpool Football Club. Powerhouse of football.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So don't be surprised if they do a bit over them.
Always a please.
Yeah.
Justin reckons Liverpool win this season. I'm with Justin.
Big game for us on Thursday, mate, because obviously we lost our last game, didn't we?
Yeah, away from home in Turkey, you're going to put it down as a loss.
Yeah. Tough. I think they were...
Mate, Wales got a draw in Turkey the other week, 0-0. It was like amazing because to go to Turkey...
Team selection as well that he picked that day, match. You know what I mean? It suggests that it was almost a case of, okay, not throwing a game, but try and compete, try and do as best as you can in the game. But it was one he was sort of prepared to lose, if you get what I mean. Big game this one, though, because we need to get back for winning ways. Roma at home.
What changes would you like to see?
Well, look, I don't know. It's going to be difficult how he manages and uses the squad for this game because I think momentum is key in football. So I would quite like to see him go again.
What, the same team?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But that's you because what I think is I think you need to get your winner's hat on. And what I mean by that is if we was playing in the Champions League, we'd be seeing our best team again on Tuesday, Wednesday.
I think we're going to...
Would we or not? If Spurs are in the Champions League, would we? And we've just gone to UDC. So why are we going to treat that competition with a little bit more cut than this?
I think especially because Bentancur's banned from the Premier League.
That's important.
Bentancur comes in.
Yeah,
I think he comes in. I think you might see Timo start over Son.
We ain't got no options at fullbacks. So that you're going to be seeing that unless you bring in young. Unless you bring in young Archie Gray again. I don't know. I don't think there'll be too many changes. I think you might see a little tweak there. Is it a game that Son gets a little rest?
That's what I said. I think Timo Werner might start.
Yeah. Brennan Johnson's he come back in. Central midfield, you said Bentancur will probably play there.
He has to because he can't play in the other games.
Definitely, so you're keeping him going. And he's definitely fresh. So yeah, look, Madge, can I get into a few details on that game?
No.
Head-to-head, Spurs have won twice against Roma. Roma have won twice. Last result, a 1-0 win for Roma in 2022. Spurs, last 4 results in all comps, as we know, 2 wins, 2 defeats. Roma, last 4 results in all comps, lost 3 and drew once.
Who's the gaffer at Roma now?
They've just taken him back on, the Tinkerman, Claudio Ranieri. The Tinkerman, back in at the helm there. Roma, they're 12th in Serie A match.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's not going well.
It's not going well for them at all. 20th in
they've only got 3 points in the Europa League.
20th in the Europa League currently. They've only 1 win, 2 draws, 1 defeat in the first 4 games. Claudio Ranieri, 6 months he's been given. Try and turn it around there. Key men, Artem Dovbyk. You heard of him? I've pronounced
Dovbyk.
Dovbyk. Is that how you pronounce that one?
Artem Dovbyek.
Dovbyek. He is a Ukrainian footballer.
Hello, Artem Dovbyek.
Yeah.
I like you. You like me.
He's part of Usyk's team for the team for the Fury fight.
I like you, Dovbyek.
4 goals in Serie A this year, 2 in the Europa League. But a player that I think you always have to keep your eye out in this game will be Paulo Dybala, someone that we've been linked with heavily. Argentine World Cup winner. 13 goals, 9 assists last season in the Italian league. 4 goals already this year in that league. So definitely a player to keep an eye on.
As I mentioned, it is Monday night here at HQ. If you're watching on YouTube, it's just gone 1-0 to West Ham at St. James's Park. We're going to go over to Gazza, who's at St. James's Park. Gaz!
Oh, you want me to commentate?
Yeah.
Unbelievable circumstances here. Can you believe it? We're just waiting for confirmation on the goal scorer. Can we confirm who has scored the goal? It's come against the run of play, but we can confirm West Ham United have taken the lead at St. James's Park.
Thomas Suchek after 10 minutes.
Who scored?
Suchek.
Suchek has scored the goal. Join us again for more updates from St. James's Park.
Thank you, Gazza. That's West Ham currently 1-0 up at St. James's Park. Let's go to the Scottish League, the SPL. Gazza's at Ibrox. Gaz.
I can't do the Scottish one, mate.
Attention! Rangers are losing again to Hibs this week. Chill.
So good, mate.
He's no Chris Kamara.
Oi, I've had to go there, mate. You know what I mean? That was put on me.
It was put on you, to be fair. Yeah, there you go. Newcastle, West Ham.
I tell you what, Newcastle.
It's a
there.
Premier League classic, mate.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? And there's so many teams now, like just trying to improve, like getting results. It's just like it's always been a result.
Name me a player.
Yeah,
who played for West Ham and Newcastle.
Kitson.
It's a great one.
Come on, son.
I'm thinking of him, but there's another one.
I don't know.
Shaka Hislop.
Yeah, Shaka Hislop.
Yeah.
Cernacek did he? He just played for Newcastle, didn't he? The goalkeeper. Shaka Hislop there, yeah.
Anyone else?
Cernacek there, did he do a bit for West Ham? I don't think he did.
Anyone else in the chat? West Ham. There you go. Dyer.
Yeah, Eric Dyer. I was going to say Kieran Dyer.
Yeah.
This is a West Ham podcast. Please join us again next week.
Didn't Lee Bowyer play for both?
Yeah.
Lee Bowyer. There you go. Dyer Bowyer. See, the chat are getting involved. Well done, Roughneck. Well done, Page Dog. I should have done the quiz. Name me 10 players that have played for both West Ham and Newcastle United.
Yeah, you should have, because this is not a Tottenham Hotspur podcast. It's a West Ham one. What do you think?
Everyone likes football.
What do you think on Sunday, Fulham, mate? Off the back of that, what they've just had at the weekend.
We have to. They're like, there's no talking about it. We have to beat them. And you know, I said before, you can get rolled in the Premier League and all that. I stand by it. But after that, you've got to beat them. You have to.
Yeah.
You've got to make the statement and go, yo, no.
I fancy us to get a result. I didn't fancy us to get a result at the weekend, though. Well, we did. But look, as it's going to be a tough game, London derby. Fulham will want to put that one behind them. But
a load of gooners play for him as well.
Do you know what I mean? You've got Chelsea coming up after that, Tottenham.
Tell you what.
If you can nick a few points, you've got Bournemouth to play.
Did you see the Wolves goals against Fulham?
No.
You didn't see them?
No.
Oh, mate. The lad, in fact, it's Cunha.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, mate.
Again, though, you're looking at them. They seem to have turned a little corner. Gary O'Neill
Stuart Pearce is another one?
Gary O'Neill was on the way out. They wanted
That's
him
what
out.
I'm saying.
Yes, you got to be a little.
That's what I was
in
saying.
Football now, mate, it's just like the next game, it can change everything.
Russell wants to go on a date.
Completely.
I'll go on Sunday, guys. Fancy a pint finally?
Who's that?
That's from Russell.
What does he say? Where are we?
I'm going on Sunday, Gaz. Do you fancy a pint finally?
I'll tell you what, shout out to Russell, because he's a lovely guy and he's reached out to me on numerous occasions to try and have a beer. Just haven't been able to get it together. But yeah, we will definitely try and get that beer in, 100%.
Richard said, before I go to work, lads, can I get your thoughts on young Dibbling at Southampton? Is he one for us for the future?
Haven't seen him play. Straight answer.
Huh? Who is? Is he really? Nah, he's Chelsea. Can't have him.
Nah, not for me.
Fulham are dangerous in the break. Could it be similar to Ipswich setup, which is a worry? No easy game in the Premier League. Absolutely agree. There's no divine right to win a Premier League game. It'll be class if we win Sunday. Emilio, you share my sentiment exactly that. There is no divine right, and there is no easy game in the Premier League. You've got to be at it.
No,
but as Kulu said, you got to be at it.
I think I think like the Ipswich one, but then again, you saw what they're capable of doing yesterday against Manchester United team. You saw what they could do against Liverpool at home. That's at home. Away from home, probably a different type of question. You expect Spurs to beat them, no doubt. But Fulham they'll be coming there, and especially they have a few of them boys on that football pitch, the London boys, will be looking to turn it on and put on a show there. Spurs have got to be at it, mate. We've got better footballers than Fulham. I keep saying it. If you apply yourself correctly, you'll win the game.
I've got better footballers.
Spurs have better footballers than Fulham, yeah. Saw it yesterday. Yeah, he had the capabilities.
No, they're right. Good.
Come on, mate.
I'll tell you who I do like is, and I said loads of times before,
Sorry.
is their left back.
Brilliant. Dad likes him as well. Yeah, really
Robinson,
good.
innit?
Yeah, Robinson, really good player,
Really
mate.
good player. I like him a lot.
And do you know what I mean? That's an area that you could cover. He's American, isn't he?
Is he American?
Yeah, he's American. An area that Spurs are looking at, need to improve on, need cover there. Would it be nice if you can nick him and have him in a doggy?
He ain't coming to be second.
Nah, he ain't.
Justin reckons it'll be
Big move though. I think that's not a sideways move, is it?
No, it's not a forward move.
That's exactly a forward move. So if you're about yourself and you back yourself and you think you can get in front of a doggy, why not go that route?
What date is our Carabao quarter final?
I'm not too sure, mate.
Have
You
a
have
look
to
right
bring that
now.
up, yeah.
Let's have a look. Carabao Cup.
It's a Christmas cracker. It might be around the 20th, I think. That is a big one. Thursday night, if I have it right. Huh?
It's the 19th. We're in Riyadh.
19th.
I can't believe that.
Big game.
I'm going to miss that.
You're in Riyadh, but I tell you what, it ain't a bad substitute, is it?
Yeah, but I'm going to miss being at the game.
Huge. And I'll tell you one thing, if Spurs get through that, what's that, two-legger in the semis?
Is it two-leggers or they got rid of that now?
Start dreaming about Wembley again.
I'll tell you what as well, quarterfinals, you got Newcastle, Brentford, Southampton, Liverpool, Arsenal, Palace.
A lot of big
guns,
guns,
if Palace could just go and get a result, I know we lost to Palace, but if they could get a result and you get a Palace in the semi-final, you'd love it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be great. One step at a time, one game at a time. You know what I mean? Because we could all be having a negative chat in a week's time, mate. There's so much that's changing all of the time. But as I said, you got to enjoy the week. You really have. Really important.
You're right, Gaz. The Carabao Cup features all Premier League clubs. Format 7 rounds before the semi-finals played over 2 legs with the final held at Wembley. Why is the semi-final 2 legs? What's the point?
Rubbish. You know what I mean? When was the last time we played at Wembley in a final in COVID, wasn't it? No fans? Is that right?
You got no fans?
Carabao, wasn't it?
Yeah, we was a while, weren't we?
Carabao, mate. That wasn't a good trip. Wouldn't it be nice to go to Wembley? I walked them steps, didn't we? When we was fortunate when I jumped in. I jumped in your suitcase for that trip to Wembley, and you got me in there. And imagine if Spurs won it, mate. Imagine if Spurs walked them steps this year, mate. 2008.
It's needed.
Ledley King lifting aloft the cup there with Robbie. How good would it be?
Before that, Sol Campbell doing it.
Heung-min Son.
Sol Campbell doing it before. Remember?
Yeah, Sol Campbell doing it before. And you look at players that Harry didn't get over the line, didn't win anything. A lot of top players have been there. Dele Alli was there. Eriksson, Toby, you name them all. Heung-min Son's still there. Legend of the football club. How good would it be to see him walk them steps, mate?
Oh, we could breathe a sigh of relief.
It will be an image, like set in the brain and the memory of all Spurs fans for like forever. Heung-min Son lifting a cup at Wembley.
Justin said, which one, top 4 or cup? Cup.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's always been cup over that anyway, that question. I've never got the one where you don't get it. Well, you get in a Champions League place, but nah, it's all about cups.
It's the business
all about
side.
Cups, mate. Yeah, I get that. Business side of things, but you still got to expand extortionate prices over there anyway. So, like, yeah.
Nothing. Huh?
Yeah, Levy would say top 4, but like you got to win a trophy, mate.
Or do a big Ange, win the Europa League, get Champions League as well off the back of winning that.
We're doing it, aren't we?
Oh, we are.
We're doing it. It's just what we're doing it. We're at the minute we're winning the cup double. At the minute we're in the Europa League, the Carabao Cup. You know what comes next? Oh, you will have a Champions League place as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you win the Europa,
that's what we do.
If you win the Europa, you get into the Champions League. That's who we are. Mate.
Scott MB there, little question there. Club or country? Obviously, you see Harry Kane's comments, but it's got to be club for me. Really is. And I'm a very patriotic man.
In this day and age, it is.
I agree. I think
as long as Keir Starmer was the Prime Minister, it's going to be club.
I agree with that. But, you know what I mean? Club for me.
Hello, Gaz. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But I'm not going to call a general election. I don't care if there's 3 million signatures. I won fair and square.
Let's not do politics on this
show. No, Gaz, if politics are relevant as they are, then I will speak like Keir Starmer.
Shout out for you there, looking trim.
Oh, thank you, Emilio.
Give people an update on Project 365. Let them know where we're at.
How many days is it now?
Done well, mate. You're doing well. Keep it up.
It is day.
Any chance you can get me in that David Lloyd's as well again? Because that was top tier stuff.
You love it, didn't you?
I'll tell you what, I love the David Lloyd's, mate. I'll tell you what, innit? I'll ring him. I message him and I ring him and I go, Madge, are you going like to the David Lloyd's? Like, I messaged him on Saturday, didn't I? I messaged him on Saturday and I was like, Madge, you going to David Lloyd's today? He goes, yeah, I will be at some point. And you know, you're sitting there and you're like, all right, I know how your world works. So you're not like, it's like, it could be at any point that you're going that day. And you're just hoping that you might say, yeah, we're actually on our way there now. Do you want to come? Because I was ready to go to the gym. I was ready, mate. That David Lloyd's, I'll tell you what. They want to start paying me for the price I'm giving that gym. Unbelievable.
I might go after here. You coming?
What, David Lloyd's? Yeah. Nah, too late for me. Need a bit of dinner.
This guy, the radical guy.
Need a bit of dinner, mate.
I'll tell you what, mate. Yeah, I'm going to come around. I'm going to go for the work. Then we're going to do press-ups, sit-ups. Yeah. Then we're going to do medicine ball.
Pakistani, I talk now. Unbelievable.
Gaz and Madge for government. Can you imagine us for government?
Oh, mate.
Gaz, do you think that we should start a nuclear war with Russia?
Yeah. Well, you've seen my intelligence tonight. I was doing the maths.
200 for one. How much you get back?
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah.
I do like that. Yeah, I don't know if we'd make a good government. I think we would.
No.
We better than Keir Starmer.
A couple of good bouncers with the overweight and the Barnet or lack of. So, yeah, that's more our number.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a great evening to celebrate the
Brilliant.
fact that Spurs won 4-0 against...
Coasters are here. Look, they're all here. So we are. This boy, keep saying it, never fit.
Where is he?
Never fit. Another injury. He's out for it's a long-term one. Where is Richarlison?
Where's Richie? You make a program out of it.
We need to make a song.
Gaz can't even remember the coasters. How would he remember the budget?
Mate, come on, that the coasters are here. Don't doubt me. 3 weeks in, we're back with them.
Right, don't forget, if you haven't already and you're listening to us on the podcast, go over to YouTube, Same Old Spurs, and come subscribe on the page. It doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't cost you a penny. I know it sounds annoying every time we ask, but please do it. It's so important for the growth of our channel for you lot to subscribe, innit, guys?
Yeah, 100%. And all the people that prefer listening on Spotify, etc., just head over to YouTube and don't watch us. You know what I mean? Just leave it on the side and don't watch us. There you go.
You can listen.
Yeah, you can listen instead.
Same. But this is going out on Buzzsprout as well, so you'll have us in your ears as well as in your eyes.
Good
all right?
stuff.
Out to you two. Another great pod. Thank you, Mama. Oh, it's Mams. I call him Mams Mama. Sorry, Mams.
Wow. Something going on between you and Mams.
Me and Mams, eh?
Mams, I tell you what.
Hello,
reveal. What's going on? Madge's calling your mama.
Me and Mams are holding it down.
Good stuff. Michel Vaughan back on the way. I don't think it ever... I think he got put away after that save he done from you at the charity game.
Yeah, I know.
I thought he signed out on that one, mate.
He signed
out on that one.
Gaz's budget, 2 weeks' wages to all in government.
That's it.
Gaz wants to go home.
He says that, Page Dog, at the end of every single pod that we do on
on for tea?
I'm clocking him.
What are we on for tea?
I don't know, mate.
You do know.
I haven't got a clue, son.
I got burgers and chips.
Do you know what the drummers might get the old drummers out tonight? Do you remember them ones? The drummers. I'll tell you what, the drummers, the school, the school drummers, mate. Do you remember in school?
Breaded turkey.
Do you remember in school the rib as well? The rib in the little packet.
It was made of chemicals, but it was unbelievable.
It was so good.
I'm going to tell you a few of the best ones.
I tell you, we got to end this conversation because of the 365. No good. How about the dessert there with the cake there? Cake and custard.
Oh, you're going to make me so hungry, right? I'll give you a few elite ones from school before we leave, yeah? The square pizza.
Oh, it's top.
So basically, if you ever want to recreate the square pizza, they sell them at Greg's now. Greg's have the school pizza, and it's unbelievable.
Did you go for the pepperoni on yours or not plain?
I can't remember. I've not had one in that long.
Well done. You said the right thing there.
I'm a media
That's how long you been in the media, son?
So long.
Yeah.
So that was great. Those drumsticks are basically, if you rub the drumstick on the greaseproof paper, you could actually see the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
It was that great.
They used to send you down, didn't they? Go to the toilet. That used to be your number 2 paper as well in school.
Turkey Twizzlers are the goat. Yeah, the turkeys are up there. Wow.
I tell you what, in our school as well, the pasta bake. You know what I mean? The pasta bake.
The Ignatius pasta
top
bake.
Tier. Just what they do, the cheese. Just keep pouring it in. It's like
diabetes.
Unbelievable.
Rice Krispies and custard. That's it.
Anyone should send their. I don't know if the dinner ladies must have been doing a bit back then. So I don't know who's in the kitchen now saying Ignatius, but just send them there for the food. Unbelievable.
The jam sponge cake and custard.
Oh my.
Warm. Oh, do you know what? There is a place. There is a place, and it's on. This is how you. This is basically like why I got fat. This is because
I'm not far behind you.
Because I know these things exist. Yeah, there's a place I don't know if it's Deliveroo or Just Eat in the Hertfordshire area, and it sells school cake.
Unbelievable. You love a little bit of school cake, don't
bro, I love the school cake.
Don't start looking now, mate.
I've got to find it.
On the project.
I've got to let everyone else know. I can't gatekeep it. I think it's called JJ's Munchies, if I remember rightly. If anyone is from like the Hertfordshire area, I'm talking like Cheshunt, Broxbourne, etc. A place called, I'm sure it's JJ's Munchies on Just Eat or Deliveroo. You can order like the cornflake cake with chocolate custard. You can order the cake we love. The sponge cake with it's unbelievable.
Do you know what, mate? When you lose your weight, when you do lose, we'll get a nice one of them served up here with a bit of custard, eh?
What a celebration!
Yeah, everyone can just watch us eating a cake.
I get the school cake from Aldi in Hertford. I know it's an Aldi. It's the goat. Simon, you're absolutely right. That school cake. Do you know what it is? When you get it right, I sound like Keir Starmer. When you get it right, and it's moist but crispy. I got Vicario post. There we go.
There we go. I'll tell you what, that must be big news to interrupt the school cake chat.
Sometimes football gives you its highs and sometimes it challenges you in ways you don't expect. I played 60 minutes at the Etihad with a broken ankle, given absolutely everything I had for the team. Wow, unfortunately, there was no way around this one. I needed surgery. I'm disappointed. I won't be able to help the team for a while. A massive thank you to the doctors and the staff. The operation went well, and from tomorrow, I'll be... Oh, mate, imagine playing at the Etihad.
It's a big loss.
Broken ankle.
But it just shows you, and I don't want to end on a negative there, but you know what I mean? That should have, huh?
Will Marriott commented on Vicario's post week.
That should have been addressed. So they're gonna have to do it.
Week. He's put week. So many brands getting shout-outs. Should charge them, lads. We should.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we should, mate.
JJ's. Tonight's podcast is sponsored by JJ's Munchies. For your nostalgic cake fix, go to Deliveroo or Just Eat, search JJ's Munchies and get yourself a free Same Old Spurs custard cake by using the code FATMAJ and FATGAZ. Yeah.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.
And that was part of our sponsors there. So thank you very much. Nicely done, Lou.
Well done, Lou.
Right, let's say goodnight and make sure you enjoy another few days of the fact that we beat Man City 4-0. Go watch the replays.
Keep watching it.
Keep watching it because you know what?
4 goals, 4 high-class goals we got on the weekend. Yeah,
that's what
4 top goals.
I'm going to watch it again because I can enjoy it.
Should watch it again.
I'm going to enjoy it now.
Keep watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep watching us. Subscribe. If you're listening on the Same Old Spurs podcast, then head over to our YouTube channel now, Same Old Spurs podcast, and we will see you there for the next episode of SOS. From me, Madge, and him, Gaz, cake and custard.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.